This is just a quick video to compare the Samsung Galaxy S3. I've got this for just a weekend. I have to return it tomorrow, so this isn't my full review. But first off, just to compare it physically, this is an iPhone 4S, 3.5 inch versus 4.8, so definitely a lot bigger. But it is a lot thinner than the iPhone. And because of the size, the iPhone does feel heavier because it's denser, obviously. All the usual stuff: power button, headphone jack, volume rocker, and MHL equipped, so HDMI out, micro USB for charging and data. Unfortunately, the one thing Samsung did was change the pin out on this, so you can't use your pre-existing MHL adapter. You're going to have to get a new one. Just going to open it up. Design is one of those things that not everyone's going to agree with. Some people like, some people don't, so I'm not going to argue design. Samsung calls this their pebble design, and it does feel really nice in your hand. It's smooth curves, flat, and even though this is plastic, you can bend it, you can twist it. It is very, very rugged, so don't worry about that. Opening up inside, you've got, trying to focus there, sorry. You've got the NFC battery, so it's a specific battery, and it is a 2000 milliamp battery. You've got micro SIM and expandable micro SD. So this comes with either 16 or 32, depending on which one you order, and then you can actually add up to another 64 gigabytes for micro SD. So great for all your media, music, etc. So snap it back in, just bring it up, just unlock, home screen, unlock straight to an app, all the usual stuff. So home screens, and then widgets, lock screen, etc., customizing, physical home button, and menu button and back button. Definitely a lot of options here. You can edit, use folders, settings, etc. One thing that Samsung's done for the launcher is you can actually customize, which I prefer, versus sorting. So you can actually customize where you want to put individual icons, and that's something that anyone who's used the Sony Xperia knows. So not only if you can sort it to folders, but you can just sort however you want. Cancel and save. Going to look at some of the apps. This is the Rogers version, so there's obviously Rogers applications on here. Samsung's also bundled in things like All Share, streaming, Samsung's apps, S Voice, which is based off Lingo, Android voice actions. So you can say stuff like, "What's my calendar?" Send a text message, etc. So I'm not just going to go through that. Just going through settings, you've got Wi-Fi, NFC, and not only do you have Android Beam, which is the standard Android NFC protocol, which I can also use on this phone, but you also have S-Beam, which is Samsung's version, and it introduces additional features. Sound, display, just walk through some of these menus. You can control the vibration intensity, which is different. Ringtones, sounds, vibrations, keytones, touch sounds, haptic feedback, etc. Display. So again, it's a 4.8 inch 720p screen. It is Super AMOLED, but not Plus, so it is a Pentel display, but really you're not going to notice much difference. It's not as nice as the One X, but it's still a very, very nice screen. You shouldn't have any big issues with it. Smart Stay, so if you're holding it up and it sees your face, it won't turn off. Fonts, screen tones, gyroscope, wallpaper LED, change when you want to actually see the LED. Motion, a lot of manufacturers are introducing motion, so you can do things like pan and tilt and stuff like that. On the Samsung S3, you've got direct call, so if you have a contact open, hold the phone up to your face, it'll call it directly. If you have missing alerts, you pick up the phone, it'll vibrate to tell you. Tap the top of the phone, not the screen, but the actual physical top of the phone, and it'll scroll automatically back to the top of your phone. So there's a bunch of different gestures that make using it a bit more intuitive. And you can turn on and off as you want them. Power saving, storage. So here on this phone is 32 gigs, or this is a there's a 16 gig version, but it's also available in 32, and then you've got a micro SD for expandable storage. Battery, as you can see, I'm at 62%. This was unplugged at about 13-14 hours ago, but it's only been used for email, texting, and surfing, so no calls yet today. So accounts in sync, location services, all the usual standard Android stuff. Whoa. Location services, security, language and input. It does come with Google voice typing, voice commands, pointer speed, and quite a few languages. Actually, sorry, so not a lot of languages on the Canadian one at least. Backup and reset your dock, your time, developer options, all the usual developer options, and about device. So it does come preloaded in Canada, 4.04, and this build, 3.08 for the kernel. Canada's delayed the launch from June 20th to June 27th because they don't have enough stock, but hopefully they can resolve that quickly. And that's just a quick walkthrough of the S3. Just to compare it with my Xperia S, size-wise, it's a little bit bigger. It's a little bit thinner, but it does have the curved edges. There you can see the thickness. And on the left side. So, again, personal preference, I haven't had any issues with the S. It runs 720p MKVs, which is what the main thing I wanted, especially with HDMI out. And but I have pre-ordered an S3 myself. One feature that I did want to show off quickly is Samsung's picture-in-picture. So right now I'm just going to play a video. This is just a quick video with the Samsung Galaxy S3, just to demonstrate picture-in-picture playback. So if I'm playing a video and I hit the picture-in-picture button, what's going to happen is the video is going to play back, but you can actually do whatever you want now. So the video is actually playing right there, and you can go about, surf the internet, check your email, do whatever, and there's the video. So it's a neat function, and definitely going to kill some productivity because you can do a lot of things and multitask. So that was a 1080p video playing back perfectly smooth while you do other things like browse YouTube, check your email, etc. So just to show off one of the neat features on the S3. And once I get a review unit for more than a weekend, I will post a video review of the S3. Once again, thanks for watching.